Court may be adjourned, but the conversation continues because we all know paternity matters.
Next up on Paternity Matters.
Like, I just want to fight and get to you.
Fulton County Sheriff, open up. And then I open up the door. 3 big dudes look like they need to be playing for the Atlanta Falcons with guns pointing at me.
I don't see this woman for 5 years now. For sudden I'm the daddy. Because you got 3 fingers, you got 3 daddies.
Next, we head back to the men's den to continue our conversation with the guys.
We have no clothes on, and she said to my daughter, "You see your punk ass daddy right there?"
Oh,
I mean,
no. Wait. This is terrible.
And then she beating her and everything, hitting her in the head with herself. I'm breaking everything up. Like, I have no clothes on. My kids, they don't know what to do. They're 3 and 5 years old. She's yelling, "You stay right here," and everything. And then I run to get security or whatever. It was just chaos. And then right here, she picked up a steak knife or whatever.
Oh, no.
So I go to her to try to take the knife. I get stabbed right here.
Oh,
and then, I mean, it looks like a...
You can't make this up.
It looks like a murder scene, you know, because, you know, on hotel beds, it's all white and everything. Blood everywhere. Yeah, just everywhere. And, you know, so that is why they had already met. So in order for me to make that transition as the makeup artist, that just, that just wasn't the most appropriate way.
I don't know why we're laughing. This has got to be nervous laughter because this.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
No, it was too late for the makeup. Yeah, it was too late, Idris.
Yeah, and I'm just getting started with everything that's going on because it's part of the story.
Lord have mercy. So. I take it the marriage didn't survive that.
Well, you know what? It could have, but it didn't. So that was stage 1.
Okay.
So
okay.
So stage 2, moving on to that. So I never went back home. Never went back home after that moment for obvious reasons or whatever. I moved into a condo in Midtown. And it was probably a couple weeks later, my daughters, I was taking them out for Valentine's Day. I had a limo, everything was set. My ex-wife, she was like, "Look, why don't I just bring the girls down and do their hair? You could take them out and have a good time."
So at that point, you all were divorcing or you were separated?
Correct, divorcing, yes.
You were divorcing. So, and you had plans with your daughters for Valentine's
Day?
Okay.
There was an ulterior motive of why she brought my daughters to my condo. So I would say that was February 14th. February 20th, 2 o'clock in the morning, there's this loud knock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. And I thought it was some drunk white boys playing and everything. But they were like, "Fulton County Sheriff, open up." And then I opened up the door. 3 big dudes look like they need to be playing for the Atlanta Falcons with guns pointing at me. So I'm like, "What's going on?" They handcuffed me and they said, "There's 2 warrants for your arrest out of South Carolina." So basically, some of my clinicians were committing Medicaid fraud. I was the owner of the company, so I was going down for it. So I'm in Fulton County Jail for about 7 days.
Oh my God!
I get extradited to Greenville, South Carolina. I go to my bond hearing. The Attorney General sets up, say he is a threat to society. Set my bond at $250,000, and I'm like, "Oh shit, what is going on?" So nonetheless, I end up calling my mom. She don't want to come bond me out. So I'm like, "Shit, who the hell is going to come bond me out?" My ex-wife and her mom, they end up coming to bond me out. So, one of the things she was thinking, we're going to work on stuff. I was coming back to Atlanta. My ex-wife, she's like, let's talk about things, getting back together. And then I was trying to move out of my condo. So I come back, I spend the night with her, and we just have a wonderful time and everything. And my ex-wife is kind of getting antsy because I'm supposed to meet with her. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning the next day. It's like, "Your wife is in the driveway." I said, "What do you mean she in the driveway?" She up there talking with her mom, showing her pictures, making it seem like it's a home wrecker when that's not necessarily the case. I come out, what do you think she does to me again? She jumps on me. Y'all see that mark on my face? Camera zoom in right here.
Oh, God.
This is a permanent mark.
But we laughing now because you're alive and healthy, but this was a saga. This was a real saga that have we taken accountability for, Idris?
You know what?
Because if we just would have made the makeup recommendation, none of this probably would have happened.
That's true. That's true.
And your wife would be doing your former mistress's makeup.
But you know what? It ended up being a blessing in disguise. He said, anything else, Mr. Tyler? I said, no, that's it. 5 years. Boom.
Wow.
Next thing I know, I feel handcuffs on back of me.
Welcome to Paternity Matters Street Talk. I am your host, Shanika Taylor, and we're about to hit these streets to see if the people know their TV dads. All right, what's going on? What's your name? Where you from?
I'm Bodie, and I'm from Florida.
Oh, Florida. Florida's outside today. All right. All you just got to do is get 5 TV dads. You got this?
I don't know.
All right, what we going to see? Let's go. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I ain't got it.
Simpsons.
Homer.
Good job. Family Matter.
Family Matter?
Family Matters.
I thought you was going to say Family Guy.
Okay, Family Guy.
Peter.
Good job. The Sopranos. Blackish.
I don't want.
Okay. Paternity matters to me because
I feel like it's how I make my guidelines for my life. You know, they set the path for me, you know?
All right, well, he didn't get the shows, but he got a good excerpt for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good job. I hope y'all enjoyed Paternity Matters Street Talk. Enjoy the rest of the show with Judge Lauren Lee.
Did you ever just be like, Mom, look, I'm not even judging, but if there's multiple possibilities, who else could be my father, and can we get a test? Like, how did you approach your mother about this? Because she has a part to play as well.
Well, my mom, I really didn't want to, what's the word I'm looking for? Didn't want to pressure her into the situation.
And why did you feel that as a son?
I just felt like my mom did so much for us. Even though we was in and out of foster homes and group homes and whatnot, she still fought, to get us back. I went to court and I tried to get them back, but I still was sneaking, getting high. So they stayed in the system till they was like 13, and they started running away, coming home.
But at times you were in a foster, you and your brothers would be in foster care, so
Correct.
You wouldn't have father or mother.
Right, absolutely. That was the hardest part, because I never wanted anybody to raise me except my family, and that's what caused me to act up. While I was in foster home, I ran away. I showed out because I always wanted to be with my family, especially my oldest brother at the time. So.
And you say you showed out. You didn't want to be with the foster families.
Correct.
You would run away.
Correct. I would run away from the foster homes, the group homes, to the point to where it's like the last time I ran away was at the age of 16, and I think that just gave up because they just knew they couldn't, contain me.
How long had you and your brothers been in and out of foster care?
Practically my whole youth. We've been in and out. We go in for like 3 years, come back out, then go in for like 10 years, 5 years, and then come back out.
Because at that time your mom would get cleaned up, she'd come
Right.
back for you.
Correct.
And then you would be placed back at home with her, and then unfortunately the cycle would continue, and then you go again.
Correct, yes ma'am.
During that time, were you ever thinking about the man that they told you was your father? Was that an issue? Were you hoping he would come and get you? Were you expecting?
All the time. I was always expecting him to come, get me, because I was the only one of his kids that was in foster home. He got four boys. My mom got 6 boys. So they was, with their moms. He was around them. His name on their birth certificates. That's a whole lot that had my mind like rolling to the point to where I was like really angry. I tried to wait till he was old enough to understand what his mama was putting everybody through. And now, the truth is the truth. I mean, I can't change that. Every mother and God is supposed to know who her child belongs to. Because she's having a child. The man ain't having no child. So how does he know? If she's messing with more than one man, she don't know. But her pride gonna not let her tell the truth. She wasn't ashamed when she was having the babies, when sleeping with all these men. Leroy was the one that introduced me to drugs. Yes.
Wow.
But he said, I don't know. You was getting high, you don't know. I said, the first person I got high with was you.
I didn't know that girl was getting high. Why would I do that? I didn't even sell dope to people who were women who was pregnant, old people, stuff like that. I never did that. I ain't introduce her to no drugs. I can't introduce nobody. What happened, she done got around somebody she felt comfortable with. Not me. I never sold Bobby dope with no drugs. Never.
She said she got her first high with you.
That can't be the truth because, like I said, she had her children took at least 3 times before I even knew she was getting it.
We don't have to sugarcoat this. Yeah. This is not easy. And when you talked about being a kid and running away and being angry and showing out in foster care, yes, I bet you did.
I'm also angry at my father because he was never there, and then he's still to this day denying he was never there. So I'm also angry at him. And also my mom, I mean, she didn't really force him or, you know what I'm saying, suggest him that he, you know, put forth the effort to find out if I'm his son or not.
Really, I didn't want to let my son know that, you know, by me being out there using, it could be just anybody, but I didn't want it to be anybody.
I only see this woman for 5 years now, for sudden I'm the daddy.
After I had Richard, he was still coming in and out, you know, in and out, because he had what I wanted, you know, and stuff like that. It wasn't him, it was the crack. So, it kept on. So after I had Richard, he was coming over, you know, he look at Richard, and, you know, as he grew up and stuff like that.
Can you be specific about some of the ways you feel like this question of paternity has just held you back from living a full life? Because even talking to you right now, there's a reserved quality. It's almost as if I want to break you out of this wall. Like I just want to fight and get to you. There's something up. What is that?
The story that I have, this is what put the wall up. I should say I was between 3 and 5 years old.
Richard became 5 years old, and Leroy came over. I said, "That's your daddy right there," you know, like that. And Richard said, "Mom, that's my dad." I said, "Yeah, that's your daddy." So he ran out to Leroy's car.
We was in the house cleaning up, doing homework, you know, regular stuff. My dad pulls up. I forgot about everything. Homework, chores, my brothers, my mom, everything. When I seen my dad pull up, that's just how excited I be because I barely seen him. I ran out the house, ran to his car, like, Daddy, I'm so happy you're here, you know, trying to, you know, embrace him, like, love him. He rolled his window down. He was like, "What's up, Daddy? What's going on?" "I'm not your dad." I was between 3 and 5.
That broke my heart just to hear.
Yeah,
no
crazy.
child of any age, no adult deserves to have that type of denial.
I just feel like other people have their fathers, and I've seen even my brothers, you know, their fathers been in their lives, not as much, but more than my dad. Just seeing that kind of, it's a balance between jealousy and hurt.
I just want him to be happy. He never felt like that he been loved because of the situation that he's in as far as his body and stuff like that. And I told him whatever he go through, I'm there with him, regardless. I'd say because you got 3 fingers, you got 3 daddies. You know, and I left it just like that.
Coming up next week on Paternity Matters.
Recently, my father had basically said that no gay child or gay grown man is a son of his.
Whatever happens, Lord, just let me be strong and to be able to take it in as a woman.
All right, Crystal from Baltimore wrote in. She gave me a text. She said, "Dear Judge Lauren, I just had a beautiful baby boy.
I'm in a 5-year relationship and I love my boyfriend. While we were on a break though, oh Lord, these breaks. While we were on a break, I did have sex with somebody else and I'm really not sure if he's the father. I don't know if I should tell him or if I should just keep the secret to myself. It seems like everybody would be happier if I just left it alone. What should I do? You know what? You've got to do what you need to do. If you wrote me, it's bothering you. It's bothering you. You need to tell the truth. And you never know. I have seen it many times where men say, if we were broken up during that time, I'm willing to accept the baby too. If he can't accept that, that's something you have to live with, right? But living in a lie ain't gonna cut it.
Hey family, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications.
Do you need help resolving a question of paternity? Maybe I can help. Text me at 818-850-6568. That's 818-850-6568. We'll see you next time on Paternity Matters, because it's personal.